The Haunted Palace by Edgar Allan Poe, published in 1839. In the greenest of our valleys, by good angels tenanted, once a fair and stately palace, radiant palace, reared its head. In a monarch thought's dominion it stood there. Near seraph spread a pinion over fabric half so fair. Banners yellow, glorious golden, on its roof did float and fold. All this was in the olden time long ago. And every gentle air that dallied in that sweet day, along the ramparts plumed and pallid, a winged odor went away. Wanderers in that happy valley through two luminous windows saw spirits moving musically to a lute's well-tuned law. Round about a throne where, sitting, porphyring Jean in state, his glory well befitting, the ruler of realm was seen, and all with pearl and ruby glowing was the fair palace door, through which came flowing, and sparkling evermore, a troop of echoes whose sweet duty was but to sing, in voices of surpassing beauty, the wit and wisdom of their king. But evil things in robes of sorrow assailed the monarch's high estate. Ah, let us mourn, for never morrow shall dawn upon him desolate. And round about his home the glory that blushed and bloomed is but a dim remembered story of the old time entombed. And travelers now within that valley through the red litten windows see vast forms that move fantastically to a discordant melody, while like a ghastly rapid river through the pale door, a hideous throng rush out forever, and laugh but smile no more. Spirits of the Dead by Edgar Allan Poe, published 1829. Thy soul shall find itself alone, mid dark thoughts of the gray tombstone, not one of all the crowd to pry into thine hour of secrecy. Be silent in that solitude, which is not loneliness, for then the spirits of the dead who stood in life before thee are again in death around thee, and their will shall then overshadow thee. Be still, for the night, though clear, shall frown, and the stars shall look not down from their high thrones in the heaven with light like hope to mortals given. But the red orbs without beam to thy weariness shall seem as a burning and a fever, which would cling to thee forever. Now are thoughts that shall not banish, now are visions nearer to vanish. From thy spirit shall thy pass, no more, like dewdrop from the grass. The breeze, the breath of God, is still, and the mist upon the hill, shadowy, yet unbroken, is a symbol and a token, how it hangs upon the trees, a mystery of mysteries. The Valley of Unrest by Edgar Allan Poe, published in 1845. Once it smiled a silent dell, where the people did not dwell. They had gone into the wars, trusting to the mild-eyed stars, nightly from their azure towers, to keep watch above the flowers. in the midst of which all day the red sunlight lazily lay. Now each visitor shall confess the sad valley's restlessness. Nothing there is motionless, nothing save the airs that brood over the magic solitude. Ah, by no wind are stirred those trees that palpitate like the chill seas around the misty Hebrides. Ah, by no wind those clouds are driven that rustle through the unquiet heaven, uneasily from morn till even, over the violets there that lie in myriad types of human eye, over the lilies there that wave and weep above a nameless grave. They wave from out their fragrant tops. Eternal dews come down in drops. They weep from off their delicate stems. Perennial tree tears descend in gems. Alone by Edgar Allan Poe, published in 1875. From childhood's hour I have not been as others were, I have not seen as others saw, I could not bring my passions from a common spring. From the same source I have not taken my sorrow, I could not awaken my heart to joy at the same tone, and all I loved alone. Then, in my childhood, in the dawn of a most stormy life, I was drawn from every depth of good and ill, the mystery which binds me still, from the torrent or the fountain, from the red cliff of the mountain, from the sun that round me rolled in its autumn tint of gold, from the lightning in the sky as it passed me flying by, from the thunder and the storm and the cloud that took the form, when the rest of the heaven was blue, of a demon in my view. Lenore by Edgar Allan Poe, published in 1845. Ah, broken is the golden bowl, the spirit flown forever. Let the bell toll, a saintly soul floats on the Stygian river. And Guy de Vere, hast thou no tear? Weep now or never more. See, on yon drear and rigid bier, how lies thy love, Lenore. Come, let the burial rite be read, the funeral song be sung, an anthem for the queenliest dead that ever died so young, a dirge for her the doubly dead, in that she died so young. Wretches, ye loved her for her wealth, and ye hated her for her pride. And when she fell in feeble health, ye blessed her that she died. How shall the ritual then be read, the requiem how be sung? By you, by yours, the evil eye, by yours, the slanderous tongue, that did to death the innocents that died and died so young. Peccavimus, yet rave not thus, but let a Sabbath song go up to God, but solemnly the dead may feel no wrong. The sweet Lenore hath gone before, with hope that flew beside, leaving thee wild for the dear child that should have been thy bride. For her the fair and debonair that now so lowly lies, the life upon her yellow hair but not within her eyes. The life still there upon her hair, the death upon her eyes. Avaunt, avaunt from fanes that below the indignant ghost is riven, from hell unto high estate far upon within the heaven, from grief and a groan to a golden throne beside the King of heaven. Let no bell toll then, lest her soul in its hallowed mirth should catch the note as it doth float up from the damned earth. And I, tonight my heart is light, no dirge will I upraise, but waft the angel on her flight with a paean of old days.